Life has a very own way of testing your will, pushing you to your limits and revealing who you truly are. Since I moved to the north of Sweden, my life has been nothing short of extraordinary, filled with lessons and experiences I never saw coming. March was very special and unfolded in ways I could have never imagined, containing moments so intense, so unbelievable, that even now they feel almost unreal. I'm literally shaking out of fear. Life is so good. Wow. I have never felt this anywhere else before. My loves, grab your favorite cup of tea, wrap yourself in a warm blanket and step into my world. A life that is mine, yet feels like a dream I am still trying to grasp. Welcome to my little world in Sweden. February ended creating a memory that will last until my last breath on this earth. There they are! I'm in the middle of it. Oh my god, my inner children are dancing. You can't imagine. I volunteered as the videographer on the Amundshög Sled Dog Race that took place in Strömsund, combining my two most intense passions, videography and sled dog racing, was a dream coming true I never dared to dream until this point. This was literally one of the best days of my life, not gonna lie. If you would like to know more about this amazing event and my experience in detail, I invite you to watch the full video about it on my channel. Hello my loves, today is spring in Sweden and I will show you now what spring looks like at the moment in our place. Unfortunately, it is raining, so I don't want to use my big camera outdoors, but I think my phone can handle that. And we will definitely need those. And yeah, let's explore the outside. Yay! Spring! So the problem is that this is all ice. Everything down by the lake, down there, the whole street, every path is just ice. Which means I can't walk with Frida because I can't put spikes on her paws. So we only go very, very small rounds now on the property. And I actually plan to create some art this week. But I'll be honest, I am not creative enough to create art with that. And I am not crazy enough because it's just wet and super cold. It's 2 degrees and raining. That is like the weather where everything on your body just freezes off because it gets wet. And then it is super cold. And it's like, wow. I pray to all the gods that we get another push of winter, because I am not ready for spring. I am not ready. And it's just Monday and we will have our snow scooter license course on Thursday. That will be wet. So, dear Lord, let's hope for the best. The day came, and thank the gods we still had enough snow and even really nice weather to make the license. It was a very long day with a lot of learning, practicing and facing my fears. While our friends who took the course with us had a massive blast, I was happy driving the slowest machine available after I almost crashed into a tree with one of the more sporty ones. I'll be honest, I was shaking most of the time and I feel much more comfortable on a dog sled than on a snow machine. Anyway, we learned how to drive, brake, what rules apply in Sweden, how to fix a snow machine, and of course it was a lot of fun too. And after all that adrenaline, I was so happy to meet one of my safe space people here in Sweden to create some art with. Daniel Eric, a fellow YouTuber and meanwhile a dear friend, and I met in nature, and we had a little art project in mind. It was a wonderful exercise taking pictures of another person, working with a different camera and sharing our ideas about composition, light, model body movement and creative flows. As always, we also had deep conversations and shared about the glimmers and hurdles in each other's lives.
Cheers!
That was a lot of creativity.
Well, that is how creativity can feel sometimes.
Exactly.
These are the days that are recharging, spend hope, and remind you of the beautiful things about being human. As always, I can only thank you, dear Daniel, for bringing light into my life and for this amazing time we are always spending together. So Frida and I just arrived home. There she is. Hi, baby. Oh, no, the light. Ah, yeah. And as always, it was so beautiful with Daniel, and I want to thank him for this amazing, amazing day. I had so much fun, and we even talked a little bit Swedish in the end. And it was just so beautiful. And as always, when I meet with him, I feel so recharged and positive and also inspired to try new things. And it was such a wonderful day. So thank you so much again, Daniel, for spending this time with me and for driving a little detour. And I really, really hope to see you soon again. Bye! I am just getting dressed and finished for my first day of school for the SFE course in Strömsund. And I just wanted to share with you these thoughts that I'm having in the moment. It's like,
I am so excited to be able to talk to the cashier or like to do an order, I don't know, in the pharmacy on Swedish, or like whenever I have to do phone calls with the Skatteverket or like with the insurance for our car or whatever, doing that in Swedish, being able to answer to someone who is randomly asking me a question in public or something, answering that question in Swedish, I will feel so much more at home, even more than I am already doing. And I don't know, I guess every one of you who has moved to a different country in their life ever, with where they are speaking a language that you are not speaking, I guess you know what I'm saying, that it pushes you kind of out of the country and the society and the community if you don't speak the language. So I really tried my very best to speak Swedish whenever I could during the past year. But of course, I always had to switch to English at a certain point because, yeah, the vocabulary and the grammar at some point just was gone. So now I am not afraid at all. I am super excited also because I know one person. I already know 2 people who are going to the course that I will go to today. And so I am not afraid that anyone will be like not nice, not at all. And on top of that, I know some people already, and I am just so excited to finally lära mig att tala svenska. Finally. So I will try to bring you with me there as good as I can, but of course I won't film like into the teacher's face. And I will share with you afterwards how it went, or maybe I share with you on Wednesday how everything went, because on Wednesday I will already have been there 3 times. I will go today, this Monday, tomorrow on Tuesday and Wednesday. So you'll see when and how I share how it went. But I am super excited. It is about damn time to learn that language. Look at that. Really like back in school, just that I don't have something to put my pencils in. They're just in the backpack like this. But whatever. Here with my moon calendar. And something to write on, and the letter, the invitation basically, some water. I'm fixing some tea at the moment, and here I have a small booklet. I show you. Already learned a lot of Swedish with that one. That's like many years old, that thing. And you see you have 27th of August 20, when I already understood those Swedish words. 2022. Yeah, I am going to take that with me and write in more. And I prepared myself some chai right here. Oh. Gotta feel good in school, right? It was just during my studies in Berlin when I started to become one of those super cozy, comfortable students. I always brought my own bread and like fruits and stuff, and of course also tea and coffee, because first of all I didn't want to pay so much money to be able to eat. And I can make my own stuff the way I like it and the way I think it's tasty. And so I will continue that now that I go to school in Sweden. I bring my own chai and I put some lime in my water, and I won't bring too much food now because I guess today won't be too long. But yeah, why not feel comfortable when you're learning? Look at this beautiful spring. Dear Lord, we still have ice. The first week of SFE was, to be honest, a little bit underwhelming because our regular teacher is sick right now, and of course they are trying their best to fill that gap with several different teachers, but they all have their own style of teaching and there is no real system behind it right now. So I decided to make the most out of my time by learning at home with the online tool they gave to us, which works very fine for me right now. But here's one fun fact if you didn't know. It's very uncommon to wear your street shoes in school, also at hospitals or in kindergarten. They usually bring some house shoes, which I think is super cozy. And finally, it was time to hit the road again. My solo trip to Stockholm. After 6.5 hours of driving and leaving winter far behind, I arrived at my first stop in Anundshög. I was tired, but so amazed and happy to be there. I sat down by a beautiful huge tree. Look at how huge this tree is. I hope you can hear me well. And I wanted to share with you some first moments and thoughts that I had coming to Anundshög. And I have never been here before. I have not informed myself about this place at all. All I saw was an Instagram post of a woman standing at this rune stone, and then I just googled this place and found out it was on the way to my Airbnb. So I stopped here, and as you could see, those stones are built in like a ship-shaped form. It's not allowed to fly my drone here, and I definitely won't climb up that hill. This over there. That's the biggest stone grave. Yeah, stone grave in whole Sweden, and I won't, for fuck's sake, climb on a grave. I won't do that, so you won't see Anundshög from above, but all the stones are placed in the shape of ships. And the moment I came here, I felt drawn to go to the center stone, because every one of those shape places has a center stone, which is flat, like almost like you could sit on. And I felt that intense urge to, I hope you understand me, it's quite windy, and I felt that intense urge to sit in front of it, kneel down in front of it, and place my head on it, like in a way of saying thank you and just gratitude and so much respect. I just did what I felt, like there's no intention behind it, it just felt right doing that. And I felt watched from the stones around me. It's really like you are in the center of a stage or something when you are on those center stones. Or I didn't go on them, just in front of them. And I felt like these places have a lot of energy. There's a lot going on, a lot of love, but there's a lot going on. It didn't feel like a grave. It feels completely different than when I was at Anundshög at the drawings, where the drawings are in the rocks. It feels completely different here. It's completely different energy, and I felt like this was a place where stuff is happening. And then I walked around and I found the big rune stone. And then I read the inscriptions. Then after going around and after saying thank you to every place that is here, I started reading the signs that they put up so that people can read about this place and what it is about. And there I found out that these ship-shaped stones are in this arrangement and were used up until 1450, like the year 1450. Up until that year they were used for the meetings of the leaders of the surrounded villages of Vikings, or call them whatever you want. And they met here and talked about stuff. And so I guess that's where all the energy comes from, because a lot of things were decided here, a lot of things were going on here. And the love that I felt, I guess, that's really just a guess, is it was written on the description for the runestone that the son of the king made this stone together with his brother, and it was connected to somewhat about love, but I don't remember. And of course it's also not 100% clear what it is about, so no one really knows. It's just yeah, I am amazed. Of course I have a headache again, and I'm a little bit shocked by so many people walking on top of those grave hills, because this is graves, there are dead bodies under there. Like, for me it's like so disrespectful to walk on top of those small hills that are everywhere here. But well, who am I to tell people what to do? But I guess I will come back tomorrow and then also film a little bit with my camera, because for now I really wanted to take my time to check out the place, to look to see what I feel, to just have a small connection and film a little bit with my phone to take you with me through that first time. But I will come back tomorrow, and now I really have to drive to the Airbnb because I'm getting hungry also. And as always with those high energy places, I am having a massive headache since I came here. So I'm really looking forward also to just rest now. Yeah.
Before I would come back to the special place, a few days would pass and some beautiful moments would be collected. But first I had to get some rest after a total travel time of 12 hours with my car. And the next morning started like a miracle.
This is the cabin, which is already, like the sofa, which is already amazing. But this, look at this. I have a tree right in front of the living room window. Nature, like right in front of my cabin. Oh my god. And I mean, of course this is already a mess, but still it is a very, very beautiful place. Like, there's the bedroom, and then you go out. Look at this. Oh. I am surrounded by moss. I can't believe it. This is so amazing. Back there, that's the house from the... I don't know if they are the owners or not. I haven't talked to them. This is my little cabin. And there's moss everywhere, and the sun is shining, and... oh my god. I am kind of speechless. I didn't expect that, to be honest, from an Airbnb that is in Stockholm. But of course, Sweden never lets me down. So, wow.
The reason I was in Stockholm was to see the Heilung concert on Sunday. So now during the Saturday I had no plans yet and was surprised with unexpected sunshine and blue skies. A few weeks before, I found out there is a website called runkartan.se where every single runestone in Sweden is marked on a map. So for this day I chose to visit a runestone not too far from my Airbnb. I had a wonderful walk to that runestone, and spring really embraced my whole being. It was a very intense contrast to home. This runestone was carved in the 11th century, and ironically enough, the information board next to it says that the creators were Christians, even though the stone doesn't look like it.
This is so surreal right now. I'm standing here in t-shirt. I just had to basically completely undress myself because I had underwear under my pants, which is like heating, because I am so used to, of course, -degrees and like super cold weather. And in the sunlight here, it's like at least 20 degrees. It's so warm. Oh my god. That is amazing, really. That is like summer holiday right now. Oh my god, like really on the way here to the runestone, I started sweating so much. I just had to undress. Oh my god. Wow.
Afterwards, I drove a little bit further and closer to the Baltic Sea.
First time since I arrived that I truly relax, because there are no motor sounds. I have not met one person on my way here. I'm completely on my own. That's like the confirmation that I have to be alone. Moving to the north was the right decision, because when I walked to the runestone, there were at least 10 to 15 people that I met on my way there and on the way back. There were always people and cars, and of course where I live there are a lot of houses. I mean, I'm in Stockholm. It's like no surprise, but still, that I found this place and get these few hours of true solitude. Oh, that was so needed. That is so needed. I truly don't belong in the city. No. Absolutely not. This is good. This is good.
And suddenly it was already Sunday and time to get ready for the concert.
I am ready now. Well, now go down the street. I can't talk anymore. I ordered a taxi because I'm too afraid to drive with the public transport, as I don't know where I am and how the buses drive and everything. So I said, okay, let's just be safe. And I am so excited. I'm literally shaking out of fear because I am going there alone. As always, I didn't think about this when I booked the ticket, that I would go there alone. So yeah, I am super excited and full of anticipation for the concert, but I am also really afraid that anything goes wrong. I couldn't even tell you what, but everything will be fine, and I see you again at the concert hall. Oh my god.
I wasn't in the best mental state that night, filled with insecurity and anxiety. But of course, I made it to the concert, alive and happy. And, as always, facing that fear was worth it. The rituals of Heilung are beyond anything words can capture. I danced, I cried, and I was so deeply immersed in the moment that, for those 2 hours, every trace of fear and stress simply disappeared.
So amazing. I danced my feet off, I cried, I laughed. It was amazing, and I simply had the nicest taxi driver that you can get in Stockholm, I swear. Shout out to you, seriously, that was so good. Oh my god, that was such a beautiful evening, and I was so anxious. And I'm so happy I pulled through and I did it. Oh my god. I don't know how I am supposed to sleep now, but I'm so happy already. Oh my god, that was so amazing. Wow.
Even though it felt like I had just arrived, it was already time to leave Stockholm again. But now, on my way back, I wanted to take a little more time to explore Anundshög. I hoped that on this quiet Monday morning I'd have the place to myself, unlike Friday evening when it was filled with people. And I was lucky. With basically no one around, I could finally sink into the moment and truly connect with the energy of this place.
First, there were so many people on the parking lot, but I still wanted to take some time to share what I felt, and it was, I don't know, it's always with those places that I start feeling so much, especially when I'm alone. When I was here the first time, there were so many people with their dogs, and it was Friday evening, I get it. And now I was basically alone, and it just felt so much like home. Like I felt so at home and so welcomed and so, I can't describe it, like call me crazy, I don't know, I have never felt this anywhere else before. And I again felt this, like, I can't go, I can't leave. It was so hard to leave right now. I just wanted to stay. But I was freezing. I was so cold. It's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 degrees outside. So I really had to go. And I also still have to drive like 6.5 hours until I'm home. But it was just so intense. It was so... I don't want to say that I'm making this up in my head, because it doesn't feel this way. It is just a feeling. It is pure feeling. I don't think of anything. I don't imagine people sitting around me, or I don't imagine a certain ceremony taking place or certain words being spoken. I don't imagine music or anything. I don't think of anything. I am just there, and I go there, and it just like overflows me. And it took me some time to really allow that, but once I allowed it, it's like now a door was open that wasn't open before. I don't know if any one of you has felt this way ever before with a place somewhere. I kind of know this feeling from Tanumshede, from the rock carvings, but it was a different feeling that was more like grief, and that place felt powerful in a very different way. This place was, I mean, it was a family meeting place, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, I have to keep driving now. Thank you for listening.
With a pounding heart and countless feelings in my body, I drove further north, and kilometer by kilometer the scenery changed again from spring to winter. And after one day of rest, it was time to leave again. Another wonderful sled dog race was about to begin in the mountain area of Åre. I volunteered again to capture this amazing event in motion, and I didn't expect this race to be so very different from the Amundsen race. Again, there will be a separate video where I will share all of my experiences and much more footage of this beautiful scenery.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. What a month. What a month. If you watch to this point, you deserve an award or something. Like, what the hell? What was that? While I was editing, I was like also grasping it myself, everything that has happened. I don't know if I have had a month like this since I moved to Sweden where so much things have happened. I don't know. It was really something else, and it was an up and down of emotions and feelings, and and then with everything that has happened at the same time, all the snow is melting and like spring is coming now full force. Like, we have light already in the morning before 6 and we have light until like 7 in the evening. And it all went so fast. Like, I remember when it was so cozy at like 3 p.m. because the sunset was at like shortly after 2 p.m. So I could turn on my fairy lights and it got so cozy and everything. And now it's already the time of the year where fairy lights are pretty useless for me because I go to bed like shortly after 8 or 9 and I get up between 5 and 6 and it's already light there. So it is so absurd. Like, living here is extreme in its very own way. It's sometimes really hard to grasp all of that. There were some things happening that I didn't even share in that vlog now. For example, our landlords drilled a new water well because the old one got filled with mud over and over again, so they had to drill a new one, and that was pretty exciting. And also, I finally opened or reopened my videography business here in Sweden. It's called Lagom Creations. And I am now officially back in business to create videos for customers, just as I did in Germany, and it went so well there. So I really hope to find new customers here that will be super satisfied with what I do. A new amazing journey that has started now. And well, what should I say? I am extremely tired still. It's Thursday. I got home from the Undreamed race on Sunday and we had to bring the car to the workshop on Monday, pick it up on Tuesday. Then we had our Bildprüfung. So for the Germans out there, it's the Swedish TÜV. I don't know what you have in the other countries, but it's like the check that your car is still good to drive, and we have to do that every year. And then I went to school and I worked for my landlords, and now I am sitting here and creating the outro for this incredible long and crazy vlog. Like, that time was literally life-changing, and I can't even give you a forecast on what's going to happen in the next few weeks because I have no idea myself. And I am grateful to the moon and back that for now I don't have so many appointments. Not so much to do at the moment, and I'm really looking forward to that because I really also want to enjoy spring. I wasn't ready for that at all, so I am trying to get into that feeling now. And then, oh my god, I hope to be able to create new stories for you guys. I am really planning and really looking forward to create a video that will be kind of my first winter in Sweden summary experience video. I'm really looking forward to creating that because I learned so much in these past 6 months. It's incredible. And now I will let you go. You have given me so much of your time and of your attention, and I am so grateful for that you sticked around and that you in the end came here with me to the forest with Frida and sitting in the, oh my god, in the spring. It's crazy. And now I wish you an absolutely wonderful weekend, morning, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to be part of It Is Spring Now in Sweden. We will also get to the summer of my first experience, winter, whatever video. Like to stay tuned for all the crazy crap that is going to happen in the next few months. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your support, for all your wonderful comments, and for this crazy, beautiful, loving community that is growing here right now. Thank you so, so much. Now have a wonderful time. And see you soon, my loves. Bye. Oh, Frida, komm du. Oh, no.